Hey guys, SpongeBob Prime here, and today we're going to be doing our channel's first ever triple review. And if you can't already tell what it's going to be, here is the first 3 Dinobots of the Transformers Generation Studio Series, 86 line of the Dinobots. So first and foremost, here's Grimlock, Slag, or Slug. His new name is Slug, but I will keep, for the purpose of this review, keep calling him Slag. Please note, I'm trying not to offend you. I'm just calling Slag by his original name. And then we have Sludge here. So before we even get into reviewing these 3 figures, I must give some quick shout-outs. One to my buddy Nick, who just recently acquired the Transformers Generations HasLab, Legacy Evolution HasLab Deathsaurus. It will be here in a couple of days, so be expecting to see a couple of videos on that. And he's also done me a couple of favors as well. I can't exactly say again. So with that out of the way, I also got to give another shout out to my buddy Achilles Vail. I will leave a link down to his YouTube down in the description down below. Make sure you go check out his video. Send him some love and support. Make sure you tell him you came from here. So with all that out of the way, I also forgot, actually, I will also leave a link down to Nick's Instagram and TikTok down in the description down below. Be sure you go check those out. Please let him know you came from here and send him some love if you wouldn't mind. So with all that out of the way, let us get into the review. So we're going to move these 2 guys out of the way for a quick second. We're going to be starting off with Grimlock here. Moving his gun out of the way here. Moving that off to the side. So here is Grimlock out of his packaging. Now, do note, I no longer have his packaging due to the fact that this is 4 years old now. This mold is 4 years old. So let's get a closer look at that head sculpt here. I'm bringing this light in. There we go. Bring that light in a little bit. As we can see here is Grimlock's little grimly face. As you can see, got a nice, lovely blue here. Got this gray, this this smoky gray plastic here. As you can see, it's a little scuffed up. To be fair, I love my Dinobots being a little scuffed up. I don't mind it when my toys get damaged. But dang it, Hasbro, if you ever decide to do battle damage again, I will ruin. I will personally raid your Transformers office. Anyways, here is Grimlock here. As you can see, this is based off his Transformers 86 movie appearance, and honestly, I think it looks really, really good. Really, really good rendition of the Grimster here. And as you can see, he's got gold paint here for the chest. He's got gold for the dino feet. He's also got blue for the eye. And he's got a nice red Autobot insignia in there. Don't know if I'm going to quite take this off yet. I've had this for quite a while. And you also have the blue, red, and green for the shins. And you also have black for the toesies. And some red paint for the wings there. And got some gold for the Dino Mode neck here. So, there you go. Now, as for here is some size comparisons. Here he is with Transformers Leader Class Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here you go. Moving him off to the side here. Here he is with Earthrise Prime. Here he is next to Knockout. And here he is next to my favorite version of Megatron ever. Let me get him straightened out here. Bada bing. Bada boom. Moving Knockout here. Here he is with Armada Megatron. As you can see, Grimlock still is taller than the rest of them. Moving all these off to the side here. So yes, Grimlock is a very, very big and beefy character. I would much prefer my Grimlock to be a very big and beefy character. Now, for articulation here, excuse me again, we have a ball joint at the neck, and it's a very expressive ball joint. The head can do a full 360. You do have a shoulder ratchet, which can, if you move the wing all out of the way and bring this out a little bit, you can get a full 360 here. You do have a bicep rotation. You do have a way over 90-degree bend there at the elbow. Now your elbow is double jointed, which means you can move it like this, but that is more for transformation. And you do have a wrist, a wrist swivel. Bring that all the way 360 like so. So, your wings can also articulate, can move up and down. Itchy face. Bring him close, bringing him back to the center here. Grimlock does feature a good waist swivel. You can get a good re out of that. Upcoming joke for a later video. No, moving Grimlock like this, moving his arm up like so. Oh, I also forgot to mention, his arms can move up that far. We got a good 90-degree of bend there at the shoulders, so moving his arms out of the way. Your legs, moving his arms up. Focus, camera. Focus. Thank you. Your legs can go up that far. Can go pretty back that far on a very quiet ratchet. And if you move them out of the way of the backpack kibble here, you can go pretty much all that far. And you have 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. Now your feet, you do have heel down, and you also have ankle tiltage, which is done really nicely, which can allow you to get Grimlock here into a nice dynamic array of poses. Like so. And I gotta say, Grimlock does look really good here in posing. Now, straightening him back up here. Boom. Boom. Alrighty. So, honestly, I would give this robot mode pretty easily a 9 out of 10. Now, as you saw earlier in the video, Grimlock does come with a gun, which is very screen accurate, which is a double barrel blaster, which he can wield and is blast effect compatible, as you can see by these 3mm pegs on the gun here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have blast effects yet. And it does wield some pretty gnarly gun blasting blushing. So, come on, get out of the hand, moving this out of the way here. And the gun is on a 5mm post, which means any of your figures can wield it. Now, one more comparison here I would like to show you, because I keep these guys on hand almost every time, but first I just got to straighten him out. Shouldn't take me all too long now, just getting him finished up. Is our cute and perfect, precious little Legacy Evolution Core Class Grimlock. Now, isn't that precious? It's so precious, isn't it? Yeah, it's so precious. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Shouldn't have done that. Anyways, so getting Grimlock into Dino Mode is actually really easy, because all you technically got to do here is pretty much follow how he transforms in the original animation sequence. So what we're going to do is we're going to put his fists into there. And we're going to straighten up the arms here, make sure all the toesies are flattened nicely. Next thing we're going to do here is to bring the chest down like so. And then with that out of the way, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring Grimlock's head down and bring this back piece up. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the back here, undo the legs here, just like so. Make sure you don't do this like this. Make sure you bring him up, then fold these down before you bring these out. Because now what you're going to do is you're going to swing these like so, and you're going to push these over, and then these little grooves right here are going to line on these slots right here, just like so. You can do the same thing for this side. Alrighty, next thing we're going to do here is we're going to rotate this right here. Then we're going to bring the tail out just like so on both sides. from the calf. And as you can tell, this is a really rickety. He's old. Then we're going to just swing these in like this. And you can see these two tabs here and here are going to go into that slot right there, or that groove right there, into that port right there. And you're going to tab this in just like so. Next thing we're going to go ahead and do here is you can see this notch will go into this groove right here. We're just going to bring this down, and it's just going to slide in like so. Then we're going to hold that in place, and we're going to bring the legs out like so. And that should allow us to easily now bring the arms out, or bring these wings in. Then we're going to bring them down just like so. And now you've got these two posts right here and right here that are going to go right there and right there. Just like so. Bring the dino arms down. And then you're going to bring the head down. Make sure you get him all straightened up. Just like so. And here is Grimlock in his Dino Mode. Alrighty, so here is Grimlock in his Dino Mode, which, fun fact, is a Tyrannosaur, or T-Rex for short. So, let us take a look in that lovely, lovely mug of our Dino Boy Grimlock. Moving this up, as you can see here, very, very good looking Dino Mode here. Got a lovely face, and now we've got some new paint to look at. You got the gold here that I already mentioned earlier. Then you got the nice tampographed Autobot insignia for the Dino Mode. Pardon me. Rubbing up a Dr. Pepper. I don't like that. And then pretty much everything else we have already seen through the Robot Mode. So, how does Grimlock scale with everybody? Well, again, here is a leader class from Earthrise. Again, here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime. Moving these two to the center here. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus. As you can see, very tall still, as the King of the Dinos should be. No, Dinobots should never be smaller than regular Transformers. It is heresy, it is heresy, it is heresy. Do not at me! Moving this out of the way here. And then here he is with his little son, core class Dinobot Grimlock. Goodbye. It is very precious. Anyways, bringing us back up here to the main event. What posability does Grimlock feature for us? Well, he does have a hinge at the head, which can bring us up and down. He does have a hinge at the jaw, the bottom jaw here, which, rawr. And then you can also use that for expressive fire-breathing poses because he has a 5mm post, or a 3mm post, inside his mouth, which is blast effect compatible. Again, sadly, I do not have any yet. He also does feature a swivel, which can do a full 360. Then he also has a ball joint in each one of the arms, which are really limited, but you do also have a hinge here to get more expressive poses. Just like so. He can do me Grimlock sorry, but he can also do me Grimlock mad. And then we also have, for articulation, just the same shoulder joint here is now more of a hip joint on a really good ratchet, which is held up surprisingly long. You also, now, instead of using this joint, you do have this joint for leg movement, which is on a stiff clicking ratchet. Don't know how well you can hear that. Ah, yes. And then same for this side. He also does have toe articulation. The back heels can move up a little bit. They can also move down for more sturdy posability. And your front toes can only move down and up that far. And he doesn't have any waist or tail articulation, which that is fine. I can deal without tail articulation from my Grimlock. Now, standing him up as the King of the Dinos should be, he is very, very massive. So that is basically all there is for Grimlock. Whoop! Also forgot to mention, this is how he looks next to a Transformers 86 Sharkticon. Now, this is pretty much it for part 1 of our triple review of the Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Dinobots. And if you like what you've seen here, please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel a lot. Make sure you like, share, and comment down below what are your thoughts on this figure. So with all that out of the way, that's pretty much all I have to say here for Grimlock, and that is the end for part 1. Thank you for watching. This is SpongeMiss Prime saying peace, transform, collect, and roll out.